Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to the Take Your Mark podcast. I'm your host, Emmy.
And I'm Ruchi. What's up? It's been forever.
Let's go. I know. It actually has been a bit. Turns out life gets busy. You know?
Shocking, I know.
Yeah. Also, okay. Big news here. Spring has sprung. It's like actually nice out.
Yes.
But that means I have my windows open today, so I do apologize if there's a bit of background noise. It should be fine. Like, I'm on a pretty quiet street, but if you hear birds chirping, like, it's just fun and whimsical, so.
Right. Spring has sprung here, too, and I'm really excited. I'm ready to get back into hiking and outdoor stuff.
Yeah, dude, I had, like, a picnic for dinner last night. It was so great.
That sounds really magical.
Yeah, dude.
Sorry, I was looking for the right word.
No, I picked up a pizza and I got some snacks from Trader Joe's, and then I grabbed a blanket and I went and sat down by the water with my book and headphones, and I just like chilled. I went for a run yesterday. It was only like 2 miles because I have to readjust to running in warmer weather, because I will say that's like definitely a lot harder for me. So I just did like 2 miles and then went for like a long walk, got myself coffee. It was so good.
Yeah.
I'm honestly a little surprised I didn't get burned, but I'll take it.
Yeah, I didn't do any of that, but that sounds amazing. I wish I could have done all of that. I was so busy yesterday doing random stuff.
I put off all of my responsibilities this weekend. And then I made cake last
I still
night.
have... Yeah, we can insert a photo. I'll insert your photo of it. Would you like to explain what kind of cake it was to the people?
It is a, like, caramelized banana orange cake. I will say the flavors are pretty mild. Like, it's mostly just, like, a vanilla cake with some cinnamon and, like, a little bit of other flavor. But it's still good. I don't really know what I'm going to do with it. Like... I just had
bring it to work.
I honestly, I probably will. I'll probably bring it to work and stick it in the break room. I just had like some overripe bananas that I was originally thinking just making banana bread, and then I was like, or. So then we ended up with banana cake, and I have a bunch of extra frosting too, so I'll have to eat that at some point, I guess. Woe is me.
Yeah.
Oh no, I have to eat frosting.
Oh no.
But yeah, we can get more into that though, because it kind of relates to today's topic. But
yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
Wait. Okay. Side note: we did not change the colors from yellow. I just realized.
Oh shoot! Should we do that? Okay.
Yeah.
What's next?
Green.
Ooh. Okay. Mine just looks white. Green. But
mine. Yeah, it looks white. It looks white there, and it looks green on my phone, but.
Yeah.
Sorry, what were you saying? I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, like, outside of better weather, how have you been? How's life been?
It's been fine. I mean, it's like the same thing over and over. I feel like I'm back in that, like, monotonous spot of, like, the same thing over and over. So, yeah.
Yeah, I have a bit of that right now. I don't know if you can tell from my voice. I was sick a couple weeks ago, and I feel like I'm still like fully recovering. Yeah. Yeah, it's just a lot of work. Too much work. I have been climbing like a lot though, and I feel like I'm actually like making progress, which is fun. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see it. I'll try and hold it up to both cameras, but I like kind of overdid it yesterday. And I basically, like, it's the same feeling as pool toe. Did you ever get that?
Oh. Yeah. No, but we talked about this. Isn't that when like there's just like the scratchiness? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oof.
So
I could see that, by the way. Yeah, it doesn't look great.
So yeah, I got some callus building to do.
Yeah.
And probably have to take a couple days off, but it's been fun.
That's what matters.
Yeah. Yeah. I also, like, a little bit more serious, but I just started taking, like, new medication this week. So I'm also just in the process of adjusting to that. And it's not, it's not fun. If you guys have ever had to take, like, meds for your brain, it doesn't feel good. Like, it'll be
sure.
fine, but it's just like, I feel like half this week has just been me, like, nauseous or headache or, like, either, like, ping-ponging between dissociating and then being, like, way too aware of, like, my body. So I tried taking it at night last night to see if I could, like, sleep through the worst of it, and that seemed to work, so I'm hoping I can just do that moving forward. But yeah, that's long term it'll be good. We are pro medication, if that's the best way to take care of yourself on this podcast. But
for sure.
Yeah. I also found a therapist, so that's also good.
Yay.
You know, we're making progress in the whole taking care of your brain, mental health space here. So that's good, but it's also like, oh my gosh, it's one more thing to do every week.
Yeah, because you work a lot.
But
your schedule is crazy.
Yes, but my appointment is at 5 p.m., so I actually have to leave work at like 4:30 now, one day a week.
Yes. Oh my God, it forces you to leave.
Yeah.
But that just means you'll probably stay even more on another day. That's probably what's going to happen.
I was actually, like, pretty good this week about just, like, being like, whatever, I'll get it done tomorrow. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm finally adjusting. We'll see.
Maybe.
How have you been settling in with your new rotation? I feel like last time we talked, you were like just starting.
Yeah. It's okay. I mean, I feel like this rotation, interestingly, has gone back more, and like the work I'm doing is more related to like my degree. So it's like, because I'm helping a lot with like reporting, because they do a lot of like reporting in general, that like group, like sales in general and like project management. Like they do a lot of like, oh, this is how many orders we got, this is how much money, blah, 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 blah. And so like I've been doing a lot with that, which I feel like relates a lot more to my degree than what I was doing before. But then I kind of am also now like really understanding why I actually made a good decision and didn't stick with my degree and like go that route.
Okay.
Because like I'm really not a huge fan of like sitting at my desk all day and like working on like the same thing all day. Like that, I can't focus and I'm not good at it. Yeah, so I'm like, But I've still learned a lot about that like process of the change. So I feel like it's still been valuable. I don't want to say like, oh, like I hate it, because I don't hate it. But like I wouldn't say it's my like area that I would go into for the future.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, but the people are nice, and like I haven't had a bad experience, so like I'm not gonna knock on. Like it's good. It's been good so far. So it could be way worse. Basically, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I could be working where you work, the amount of hours you work. It could be way worse. I'm sorry.
No, dude, you're not wrong. No, I mean, like I said, I feel like I'm kind of settling into it a little bit. I would still like to be working less hours.
So, do we want to talk about food?
Yeah, we should actually get into like the topic for today.
Food, guys. We're talking about food.
Yeah, we're talking about meal prepping specifically, and like cooking just in general, kind of, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that was one of our goals for 2026, was to get better at it. So we're taking baby steps to get there.
Yeah.
So yeah, we meal prepped last week. I didn't meal prep the week before. Even though we talked about it 2 weeks ago, the problem with me is that half the time either we get free lunch because someone at work has something, or we're doing team lunch. Like, then I end up going out to eat. So it's like I had to pick a week where like I knew there wasn't going to be like a ton of stuff, like ton of lunches planned. So last week was perfect, and I meal prepped for Tuesday to Friday because Monday I work from home anyway. So yeah, that's what I did. What did you do?
So I also usually get lunch at work. So I primarily meal prepped dinners, but I tried to start 2 weeks ago. I bought the stuff on Monday. I didn't end up cooking it until Thursday. And then I kind of had like meal prep done for like Thursday through Tuesday.
Uh-huh.
And then I don't even know. I think I did some other cooking in there. Okay. Like, honestly, the problem with meal prep is just that like it is so lifestyle dependent, where like at this point I'm, like I said, I eat lunch at work most days. Like I get food at work. I'm not bringing stuff. And could I bring stuff? Yes, but I did the math and like a lot of times it's actually cheaper for me to buy food at work. And it's like I get more variety that way. And then also right now, like a lot of the times I go out to dinner like once a week with my friends because we're trying new restaurants in the area. And then like at this point, probably 2 to 3 times a week, like my boyfriend makes me dinner, which is honestly meal prep life hack. Just get someone else to cook for you. But like he said, I prepped stuff and then I was like, I'm not actually eating dinner at home for the next like 2 or 3 nights already.
Mm-hmm.
So like I did get through it. I didn't waste the food. I ate all of it. It was good. I made tacos. But it was just like I trying to think through planning it. I was like, I don't think this is actually like a super efficient way for me to do this. You know?
Yeah, I feel like
Oh, sorry.
Well,
react first and then we can get to that.
No, I was gonna say for like you're right about it being lifestyle dependent, but the key difference here is that like your office offers food in the cafeteria, like hot food and stuff, which I think most places don't.
Yeah, that's
so
very
like
true.
for my office, like, yeah, like you got like you guys are bougie over there. Like we don't got that. Like we don't have hot food at all. So like most of us pack lunch. But again, like the team lunch happens like once a week, and then on top of that, like, even next week, like I was looking at my schedule for next week, 3 days out of the 5 I have lunch plans. Like Tuesday we have a lunch and learn, which is free lunch. Wednesday I have team lunch with my current team, and then Thursday I have another lunch with 2 of my other coworkers. So like for me it's just like the lunch ends up being more of like a social thing and everyone kind of wants to go out and eat, that sometimes can interfere with the whole thing of meal prepping in general.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the point I wanted to just add in there. Like I think the hot food in the cafeteria makes a massive difference.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. But then, yeah, you asked me what I made. So I made like quesadillas. They looked really sad. I can insert a photo. They looked really sad, but they were actually really good. And they like, because I'm vegetarian, which I probably said this like millions of times. Everyone knows me as the vegetarian. I think it's really funny. Like the office vegetarian. Even though I'm not the only one, but I am the one. So they had like red kidney beans in it, which is like good source of protein. So that was like that's mainly what I put in them. And then also made pasta, but I added vegetables to it. So I added corn, peppers, broccoli, things like that. So it was like not just pasta, but there was like vegetables added as well.
Nice.
So those are the 2 things I made. I made enough for like the pasta. I made enough for 2 meals, and then the quesadillas I made enough for 2 meals. So I had 4 like meals. So then I just like divvied it out. So those were my lunches this past week.
Nice.
Yeah. And it was good.
Yeah. Yeah, like I say, I made tacos, which I think are slightly different from how you meal prepped, because like you can't really like build tacos ahead of time. I feel like they just get soggy then.
Yeah, I mean you can, but they're just not necessarily the most delicious tacos you ever had.
Yeah. So instead, I like did the like I did all the cooking and the prep work for it, and then I just kind of stored all the components individually. And so then like I would get home and just kind of heat stuff up and put it together. I think the other thing that I kind of ran into with this was that like I ran out of different components at different times, which is the unfortunate part about doing meal prep in that way. But then I was kind of able to pivot into like, all right, well, at first I had like tofu as the taco meat, and then I ran out of that. So then I just I toasted up some like onion and bell pepper, and so then I just took that and cooked it with like eggs and cheese and basically turned it into a breakfast burrito instead. And just kind of kept going through like slightly different variations of the same meal until I used up all the ingredients.
Yeah, but I think that's like usually how it goes. Or like, as you get better at it, you'll buy the exact amount you need. You know, like my other issue with meal prepping is that I hate having the same meal every day. And so it's like a lot of people, when they meal prep, they make like a big pot of something and they have that for like the whole week. And like for me, I just can't do that. Like I have to, so in that sense, I'll have to be cooking like multiple dishes at once when I meal prep, so that I have a little variety throughout the week. That's like my biggest annoyance, I guess, with it.
I guess like more formally, have you tried meal prepping before, and like how did it go for you? Why was this like why did we want to do this as like a challenge for us, I guess, from your perspective?
Well, first, like the goal this year was to cook more and get like less lazy with it. I feel like before, if I didn't have anything, or if I didn't have, I would have ingredients, but I just wouldn't have the energy to do anything with them. And then I would go to work and I'd be like, oh, I'm hungry. Well, I'm going to buy Chipotle. And it's like, why spend the $9 when I had like $50 worth of groceries at home? You know, like just the saving money aspect, the being healthier aspect. Like instead of going out and getting a burger, like why don't I have a salad at home? Or like why don't I make something that like I know will have the right protein, will have the right carbs, you know, like something that will serve all the groups. So it's like a mix of like saving money, but then also health too. Like just being aware of what I'm eating, like not like just going out for every meal. And the thing with meal prepping, the nice thing is that it's already done for you. Like if you do it on a Sunday and you finish it, it's done for you. Like for me, all I had to do was I put them in containers, put them in the fridge, like would pull them out of the fridge. That was it. So, like, in the morning, there was no need to, like, panic and, like, in the morning just be like, oh, I need to make this. It's like, no. You have lunch sorted for the whole week. There's, like, no need. It's just an easy way to, like, reduce time needed to, like, get ready for work for me, basically. Like, what I used to do was I used to, like, get up earlier to make something to take to work. Whereas, like, if I did it on a Sunday, well, now it's already ready. So that like shaves off like 30 minutes of time that I have to add in the morning to like make myself lunch for later. I don't know. That's the why for me.
And had you tried meal prepping before this at some point? Or was this like first try for you?
Not meal prepping. I mean, I've cooked things on a Sunday before in the sense of like, oh, I'm gonna eat this throughout the week, so like essentially kind of meal prepping, but I never like labeled it as that, nor did I ever like pack things in containers and like make it so that all I had to do the next day was pull that out of the fridge. Like it was more so like, for example, like I'd make a big batch of rice and a big batch of dal, and then I'd have that in the fridge, and then in the morning I'd still have to mix it together and like do all the, like it wasn't like already in a container for me. So kind of meal prepping, kind of not, but this is like the first, I would say, official time I was doing it. So yeah, what about you?
I've tried it before and it doesn't tend to work for me for whatever reason. I feel like it's weird. On the one hand, I totally can eat like the same thing days in a row. But whenever I've tried to do meal prep and like labeled it like that, I'm like, all right, I've made this meal. And then in the morning, I'm going to take it out of the fridge and I'll go and like have this. I like all of a sudden don't want to eat it. I don't know why.
Weird, but okay.
Because like if I just make like, I think kind of like you said, like, I just make a big batch of stuff and I'm like, all right, I'll have leftovers for throughout the week. That I can do. I feel like when I like make stuff with the intention of meal prep, there's something in my brain that just like does it. I don't know why, but that's like the pattern that I've noticed when I try to do this. Which is kind of why this week I was like, you know what, I'll just make the components and then like I can put them together.
Yeah, but that's kind of meal prepping in itself.
Yeah, I mean, like
it's like a slightly different version of it. Yeah,
it's still cooking ahead of time to save yourself the work and like the mental energy day of, where it's like, all right, let me just take this out and eat it. So I think it still accomplishes the same goal, but for whatever reason, like the way that I think like formal meal prepping, where it's like, all right, let's portion stuff out and it's already in containers and you just grab it and go. I love the thought of that. And I think it works for some things for me. Like I can do it with like, I didn't do this time. I bought the stuff for it and then didn't have time to do it, which is another thing I want to get into, is just the time. But like with, you know, overnight oats or breakfast or something, that I can do for whatever reason. But when I've tried to do it with other meals, like I'll take it with me and then I just don't eat it. And then I just feel like I end up wasting food. I don't know.
Yeah.
Which, I don't know, maybe that's just a bigger conversation about like having a good relationship with food that we don't have to get into this time. But like for whatever reason, that just, it doesn't click in my brain. But
yeah, that's really interesting.
Yeah. But in terms of like this time for meal prep, I feel like one of my goals this year is just like learning how to cook more. So I feel like I'm pretty good at putting together balanced meals that don't actually require a lot of cooking.
Right.
I can make a very fancy like balanced meal that's just a bunch of stuff on toast.
Right.
And it's really good. And it comes together in like 5 minutes, but it doesn't make me feel like a competent adult who like knows how to cook. Because I'll talk to my friends. And
I feel you.
Oh yeah, I made this curry. I'm gonna go and make pad thai. I made this like soup.
Yeah, right.
I don't know how to do any of that. So
yeah.
I feel like, and it's hard because, you know, recipes are usually not designed for like just one serving. So I feel like if
that's another problem.
Want to learn how to cook, you kind of have to like combine it with meal prep. So I think I just got to keep trying.
Yeah, probably. Well, like, this is the other thing too. And you said time, but it's like things that are complicated like that, like pad thai, like things that are genuinely like you need to put time and energy into, and you need to come up with like a good recipe and blah, 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 that stuff. I am like, I could not be asked. I'm just like, no, like it's too much. I just want an easy meal, like something that takes me like, it's just super quick and like I can just put together that's still balanced and has what I need, but like also is, you know, like low effort, low energy. Like I don't need to have like this energy to do it, because so many times and you can like let me know if you've also had this experience where I like will go to the grocery store and I have all these recipes in my head. I'm like, I'm going to make this, this, and this. And I buy all the ingredients. And then the second I get home, I'm like, I have no energy to cook those recipes at all. And I just keep them in the fridge and then they're just there. And like, I've never made it.
Yeah. No, I 100% feel that. I think, like, honestly, I almost ran into that this time where, like, I bought the stuff on Monday and then I didn't have time to cook it until Thursday. And part of that's just, like, work schedule. And like you said, making stuff on Sunday is helpful. Just, like, do it over the weekend and then you're set for the week. But,
yeah,
like, that doesn't always line up with when I go grocery shopping. And then, like, it's just, I feel like it's definitely, it saves you time in the moment. Because, like you said, it's great to be able to get home from work and have it just be like, all right, I have this thing already made. Like, even like I did with the tacos, where you just like, all right, let's make the taco meat ahead of time and cut up the vegetables. So then you just have to like dump it all together and then you're good to go. Yeah. Like, even that saves a ton of time. But like, the making time to cook it, the day that I actually made them, I think I ate dinner at like 9:30 p.m. because I didn't get home until after 8. And then I was like, oh shit, I told myself I was going to do this meal prep today because I don't have any other food made.
Yeah. And I mean, I don't know about you, but I don't get like some people, cooking is like a hobby, right? Like, it's something that they get a lot of joy from.
I'm trying to become that person, but like, I'm not right now.
I don't get joy from it. Like, I want food, but I don't want to have to cook it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think I enjoy cooking and baking when it's like, when it is just for fun. If I'm like, oh, I really want to try, this recipe or something. Like baking the cake last night. I like baking. I have a lot of fun doing that. I wish more baking stuff was nutritionally dense because I would do it all the time. It's great.
You could make like protein cakes or whatever. Like, people do that.
Yeah, but the texture's just always like weird. I don't know.
Okay.
Like, yeah, and also I'm like, as much as I say, oh, I wish more of it was nutritionally dense, like, I don't need everything I eat to be protein something, whatever.
Yeah.
But I think that's another thing that I run into with like just my brain being weird about meal prep, where it's like, if I have to force myself to like think ahead of like, all right, what am I gonna want to eat this week? Like, I don't know. And so then I feel like it turns it into a chore rather than it being like something fun, and I'm just like trying to do this thing,
Yeah.
Whoops. Because so when you went to the grocery store with like recipes in mind, was that how did you come up with like what you wanted to prep for the week? Did you have like a thought process there, or?
Not even. Like, I just kind of was like, it was what you just said, honestly. Like, what did I feel like eating? And I was like, oh, like, or that, but also the other thing was, what did I already have at home? So like, I have a ton of pasta at home, like a ton. It's like, almost like every time I go to the grocery store, I end up buying it thinking like, oh, I'm going to eat more of it. And then it's just sitting in my cabinet. So I was like, I have a ton of this. I was like, let me just buy like vegetables to put with it. So then I bought like vegetables because I didn't have vegetables at home. So it was like, that was part of it too, like thinking about like, what do I already have that then I can add to that, But then the other thing was just like, what do I feel like eating? Which is basically what you just said. Like, what do I think I'm going to want to eat, and what do I feel like eating now? Which can always be hit or miss, but like, because there's no hot food in our cafeteria, and like we don't even have a cafeteria. So I'm like, if I'm not eating what I made, I'm probably going to be eating like, I'm going to go to like this restaurant and I'm going to be eating like burgers or like Chipotle or just something that's like not necessarily the like most healthy option. Whereas like, if I've prepped and made it, then like I can guarantee like, okay, this is like healthy. You're eating something healthy. You're not like,
Yeah.
I think regardless, I'm eating unhealthy because like, my coworker brought in this massive tub of M&Ms, and she's been like, she just keeps it on like the desk next to us. And so like I end up just going over and like every like time I'm like stressed out, it's like, oh my God, I need an M&M. Especially the peanut M&Ms. Oh my God, they're so good.
They're so good.
I know. But yeah, like it's the health too is like a key part of it for me, because when I'm eating out, a lot of times the restaurants are not necessarily like healthy or have like all the nutritional value that I would need. You know, like I'm getting more into like going to the gym and like yeah, that too. Like, and then with swimming and going to the gym, like I need protein, I need the calories, and like I can't. But I totally see why it could be hit or miss, because like I said, like if you have a meal that you plan to eat on Wednesday and Wednesday comes and you're just like, I don't want this at all, then it's like, well, what are you gonna do? Yeah. Especially if you made the same meal for every day. That's why I'm saying I need variety. Like, because then if I make like 2 to 3 meals for the week and I divvy them rotate up between lunch. Exactly. So like worst case scenario, if I hate this one day and I don't want to eat it, then boom, I have another option. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But then that takes more time.
Yeah. I kind of shot myself in the foot a little bit with making tacos, where I was like, kind of the same thing this week. Like, I kind of got lucky, I guess, that I was like, oh, this sounds really good. Like, you know, I want to make this. Mm-hmm. But I also, the cafeteria that I am closest to at work is like Tex-Mex. So on the one hand, it kind of forced me to walk a little bit farther at lunch and take a bit more of a break, because I was like, I can't have Mexican food for lunch and dinner. So like I need to walk to this other cafeteria for lunch. Mm-hmm. But generally speaking, like I really shouldn't be prepping tacos at home, because that's just there's only so many tacos and tostadas like a single person can eat, you know?
Right? Yeah.
But yeah, and I think the other thing that like worked for me with this, sorry, I just noticed how much it looks like my bookshelf is going to collapse. That's concerning. Anyways, so okay. It's just like the shelf is like really bowed in the middle. I should fix that. Whatever. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, like with the variety, again, I think being able to assemble it myself every night kind of gave me that opportunity to just like, even just to mix it up a little bit, with like, all right, let me put different vegetables on each night, and like just to change up the flavor a little bit. I don't know. Yeah. It worked. I don't think that would work every time. I think it worked in this case, again, because I was like, oh, I was genuinely in the mood for tacos this week. Sure. Mm-hmm. But in other cases, I still don't think that would be enough. I don't know.
It's interesting. This is just something like whenever I've seen online, like people online talk about meal prep, like people talk about how it like has made their lives like so much better, and like blah blah blah, like they really gas this thing up. And it's funny because I think both of us had like kind of a like a mediocre, very humbling experience. Yeah, like compared to like what everyone says online, oh my god, like meal prepping, it's like the thing, like that's what you have to do. And both of us are kind of just like, I mean, it was okay, like
yeah, like I can definitely see the benefits to it. It's also the meal prepping you see online is like, so I mean, it's content, you know, they're doing the most, but I'm like, I don't have that many matching containers for stuff. Like, what do you mean I'm supposed to portion out like a whole week's worth of food right now? I have 2 containers for lunches. That's it. Like,
oh, okay. I have more than that, but
I mean, great. Yeah, okay, I have more, like I have plastic containers, but if we're talking like, even just in terms of storage, like having things like neatly fit in the fridge and stuff, I have. Yeah, good point. I have 2 containers that are the same size, and then like I have some other plastic containers and stuff that I use for like, but a lot of times those are used up with storing like the leftover ingredients and stuff, because maybe I only needed half an onion. Like, I don't know. There's a lot more and maybe some of that comes with practice, like you said, with just knowing how much of an ingredient to get, or like, all right, let me make 2 different things that like each use half of this so I can use up the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
But like, yeah, I feel like the meal prep you see online is so neat and tidy, and like, all right, I know exactly what I'm eating on each of these days. I'm like, some days I'm hungrier than other days too, you know.
Yeah.
It just,
Right.
and again, I know that that's content, and so, you know, who knows if those people actually eat exactly like that every day.
Right.
But it does kind of overhype meal prep a bit, I feel like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, like you said, I see all the benefits, but, and again, like you said in the beginning, it really is lifestyle dependent. Like, some people, it probably works wonders, and other people, it's like, I need variety, or like, I need a little bit of customizability, like every day. Like, maybe I make a meal, but it needs to be customized every day based off of like, that day I want this in it instead of this, or whatever. Like, those kinds of things, it's not really like accustomed for that, or like optimized for that. Like,
Yeah.
if you're gonna meal prep, like, it's gonna be a standard meal that you just have every day, and you're just gonna make a big batch of it and then separate it into each day. That's basically it.
I feel like right now what it comes down to for me is just that I don't know how to cook enough things.
That's another good point. Like, you need to be
And
able to make. And the thing too is, I think neither one of us really has the intuition of a cook. So like, it's not like we like have leftover ingredients, and like, you made the like breakfast burrito, but like, it's not like you had leftover ingredients, or like, I'm gonna make this, and like are able to just whip something up. Like, you kind of have to like think through it. So that's the other thing too.
Yeah.
We don't have enough experience yet.
Yeah. And I think I'm used to making much more simplistic meals, where like, in my mind, when I go grocery shopping, a lot of the times it's like, all right, I have, you know, 2 vegetables for the week and 2 fruits for the week. Whereas I feel like when you're actually making meals, you need so many more ingredients than that.
Yeah.
Because I'm used to being, okay, you know, like, oh, whatever, I'll like have a salad on the side, or like, you know, I'll slice up some cucumber and have that with lunch or whatever, and there's my vegetable. Whereas when I was making this, I was like, all right, I need avocado, onion, jalapeno, pepper, tomato, cucumber, lettuce. Like, that's 7 things.
Yeah. But I will say, if you do eat salad, just go to the grocery store and get like a salad kit that's already like an assembled salad. Because then, like, you just have to, and it'll come with like the croutons, the cheese, and the dressing, everything. Then you just have to put it all together. And I feel like that's a cheat code. Instead of buying like lettuce, cabbage, all this other stuff that you'll put in the salad. Like, the only thing I buy separate, and that's because I love tomatoes. I need cherry tomatoes in my salad. So I buy tomatoes separately to put them in the salad. But other than that, it's like, I just buy the kit because it's just way easier instead of having like all these different vegetables to put together.
No, dude,
Because like you said, it's just so much work.
I did that in college so much, where I would have like 2 salad kits in the fridge, and then I would get like the Caesar salad kit, and then I would just get the like fake chicken nuggets and toast those up as like a protein. I would just stick those in the air fryer and then just add them to the salad kit as a protein source. And I was like, chicken Caesar salad, here we go. Dinner's ready in 5
there
minutes.
You go.
Like,
yeah.
but like, it worked.
I mean,
yeah. You know, that's what I'm saying. I feel like I can put together like very simple meals that cover my nutritional bases. I want to be better at cooking. I don't know if I have, like, just like right now in my life, I don't know how much I can actually put that effort in, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Like, and I know I can. It's just, am I willing to prioritize that right now, I guess.
It's like, instead of rotting one day, you just have to take an hour and make a new meal.
Yeah.
But then, like you said, you have to have the ingredients for it. You have to have the recipe. You have to have all these things figured out. So it's like a lot more effort than just making the meal, you know?
Yeah.
And like personally, I really don't get like joy and happiness out of that. It's not something that resources me. Whereas like going on hikes or like going to coffee with friends or doing, you know, any of that stuff resources me more. So that most of the time takes a priority over that.
Yeah. I like the aftermath of it. Not just in the sense of like, oh, I have food now, but more in the like,
right.
Oh, I did this, you know, I accomplished something. It is creatively fulfilling, but it's kind of another one of those things where it's like, you have to get past that hump of like putting in that effort because I know it'll feel good after. But you got to get to that point still.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's funny. I don't want to make it sound like we're like trash talking meal prepping because we're not. But like,
I don't think we are. Like we both
it
recognize the benefits of it.
I feel like it just didn't really benefit us the way that it's said to benefit other people online.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think maybe we need to explore other ways of meal prepping or other ways of meal prepping is the right way to say it. To see if that better suits how we specifically eat and live and like our lifestyle in general.
Yeah.
Because it really is such a time saver. Like at the end of the day, if you're batch producing that, like meals for the week and having that already done, like it saves so much time. Yeah. That's my final thought on it. What do you think? What's your closing statement?
I would agree with what you said. I think my kind of next steps with this, because I don't want to give up on it. I think where I'm going to go with this is maybe say like, all right, I'm going to try a new recipe like once every 2 weeks or like minimum once a month. I have to try cooking something new, because in making something new, like you kind of do end up, I think we said that, like you end up meal prepping because it's not just going to be like a one serving recipe. So I think I just have to commit to doing that. And then that'll be meal prep in a way. And it'll also expand what I can cook. Because even what I made this time, like, do I make it frequently? No. But like, I already knew how to do it. It wasn't actually expanding my boundaries at all, you know?
Right.
So, yeah. I think that's the direction I'm going to try going here. Will I actually? Who knows? But...
Yeah, we'll have to revisit this.
Yeah.
Hold ourselves accountable a little bit.
Yeah. Do we have any advice for people who are looking to try meal prep for the first time? I don't know if we do this time, honestly.
I was going to say don't go into it with high expectations, because I feel like we might have done that. And that might have kind of made our experience even more bleh. But yeah, don't go into it with high expectations. And it always comes down to the same thing of like making sure it fits you and like what you want. Like don't be like making a massive pot of something just because everyone else is doing it. Like if you know, like I'm gonna hate this, like by day 5 I'm gonna not want to eat this, then like make 2 things, you know. Like it doesn't need to be what social media makes it to be, but it also doesn't need to be like something you don't want it to be. Like make it what you want it to be, because it's really supposed to serve you, so it's about what you want. That's kind of it.
Yeah, I would definitely, I think my advice is kind of the same of like the people, again, social media is content. The people who are doing it there make it look very, like I said, neat and tidy and easy and super great. But I would say maybe start small. Like I said, I think I have the most luck if I do this is like meal prepping breakfasts or even just prepping like healthy, balanced snacks, I think is also beneficial. So starting with something like that could be good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like just now thinking of this, but now I really want to try it, is doing like a meal prep swap where so you make one
Oh, like
meal,
you meal.
someone else makes
Okay.
another meal, and then you like swap half and half.
Ah, yeah.
I
That's
need to find
cool.
someone to do that with.
Yeah, that's cool.
So I don't know, because I feel like that could help with the like you don't want to be eating the same thing 5 days in a row.
Right. Yeah. Yeah,
Hmm.
that's smart. And then like every other day you switch, so then you have like a something that you switch every other day. So you
Yeah.
have that variety. That's a really good idea.
I was about to
I
say
like it.
food for thought, and then I realized that that should be the title of this episode.
Yeah. That should be the title. That's a good title.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah.
I feel like we give the same advice every time, but
Pretty
that's
much,
just
yeah.
it is what it is. Yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah. How
But
would
yeah,
you rate meal prep overall? How many out of
how
10
many
stars out of
stars?
5
Oh,
something?
okay, out of 10. Oh, this is like a new segment. We've never done rating before.
I know. I'm just curious because I feel like up till now it's been
Rating.
like, yes, this is great, and I feel like this
Yeah.
time we're a little bit more
I
nuanced.
would I would say like I think it averages around a 7 because the reason it's a 7 for me is because the benefits are really good. And like I agree with a lot of the benefits that people say online. But
Mhm.
I just feel like it doesn't necessarily fit exactly my eating habits with like the variety I want and the recipes and having to grocery shop like and having leftover ingredients like you said. Like there's a ton of other factors that play into it that I think make it harder than it should be.
Yeah.
So I would say maybe a 7. What would you say? What's your rating? Rating.
Probably a 6 for me. Maybe 6.5. I think just because I need more practice with it,
Mm-hmm.
and like, I think there's some aspects of like the idealized meal prep that I just need to accept aren't gonna work for me, and like
Mm-hmm.
that's not a failure of like my lifestyle or meal prep. It's like I just have to figure out how to adapt it.
Right.
And like I said, I think there are a lot of benefits to it, and I can see those. But also for me, like it's not the end of the world if I don't.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like a 6 for now, with room to improve if I get better
Right.
at cooking.
Yeah. I would agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Reclosing?
I think so. Yeah.
Closing a
And then we
book.
gotta gotta start the hype train
Um,
for season finale now too.
Hype train. Choo choo. I'm so sorry. Intrusive thought. Oh my god.
Although sorry, I don't know why. I feel like I
Okay.
haven't been coughing this much up until like today. I don't know if that maybe allergies are kicking in now. Who knows? But sorry.
Maybe because spring has sprung.
Yeah.
Yeah. So bye. No, I'm kidding. I was just gonna say bye and be done with it. See ya. Um, no. Go follow us everywhere. YouTube, Spotify. Well, I guess
Everywhere
you can't
except
follow
real
us on
life.
YouTube. Subscribe. And yeah, don't follow us in real life. And Instagram. Take your mark pod. Boom. Yeah. I think we got some cooking to do now. So
I'm
or
gonna
no,
go
wait.
make granola.
We already cooked. Bye.
I actually am gonna go do more cooking today, I think.
Oh, that was the worst outro I think I've ever done.